I have followed Charly Arnolt since her WWE days when she was Charlie Caruso. And a couple years ago, she left the WWE for ESPN. And being at ESPN, she really wasn't able to be herself and speak her mind. Where recently, after 5 years at ESPN, she's moved over to Clay Travis's website, Outkick.com. And now the gloves have come off. Brittney Griner is a puppet for the Biden administration. LiaThomas is a bigot. And Wild left ESPN after being unable to speak out. Charly Arnolt revels in her newfound freedom and takes on the hottest issues in sports. Now I'm going to share this, play this video, and this is pretty much in her own words.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm a very accepting person. Intolerant of something makes you the bad guy. I'm not gonna point fingers as to what the mental headspace is for someone to want to make these transitions. There is a man and there is a woman. And I don't care how you want to identify, we're getting mediocre males who want to cross over into women's competition.
So what's something in your mind that you're very passionate about that you think needs to be discussed more?
Well, it's something I started talking about from the first week of being at Fox and Outkick, is the trans athletes entering into women's sports. One thing is being labeled transphobic, which anyone who knows me knows I'm a very accepting person. But there's a line that people should not be able to cross, and I feel like that line has been crossed here. I think LiaThomas, as much as she wants to call everyone else bigots and transphobes, I think she's the biggest bigot that I have encountered. She is forcing her own beliefs onto other people.
Now, I'm going to stop right there. The fact that she, and this is where I disagree with Charly. LiaThomas is a man. It's he. He is forcing his beliefs on other people, not she. So, by Charly saying she, in respect to LiaThomas, is giving LiaThomas credence that he is actually a woman. That's my opinion.
And saying that if you don't believe in this, then you're a hateful person. Well, that's not fair. You are built differently than a woman, and anyone who tries to make the argument that there is a gender spectrum, you can believe whatever you want, but science will tell you, and DNA will tell you, there is a man and there is a woman. And I don't care how you want to identify, like, at ground zero, that's who you are. And we can't blur those lines. Yeah, well, I think there's a few things you look at. One, you have to look at the administration that got her out of prison in Russia, and so she's probably going to do whatever it is that they want her to do. B, I think that the Brittney Griners of the world may not have had nearly as much success had they, for years now, had to compete against male athletes. Because, like I said, it's a slippery slope. We've had only a few males enter into women's competition, but who's to say that doesn't increase? So Brittney Griner should be very thankful that she wouldn't have had that obstacle leading up to this point, because she might not be playing in the WNBA if she would have. Now, it's not just saying, oh, this is wrong. We're criminalizing, which is really the left's disposition to take dissenting viewpoints and criminalize them, but to actually call it a crime is something that I think is scary. What if there's a super dominant male athlete? And I don't know, maybe they just, the mental headspaces for someone to want to make these transitions, but it's really dominant, and then comes into the WNBA and just mauls women over, injures them, creates complete scenes. And then what? That's what she
Now, it's interesting she says that about a dominant male athlete deciding to say, I'm a woman now, I want to play in the WNBA. You know, we've had here recently, I think it was a UFC fighter, a man that identifies as a woman, who just totally pummeled a woman UFC fighter. Now I'll tell you what. If I'm in charge of the UFC, Dana White, I know you're the type of guy that would step in and say, "Oh, time out. We've crossed the line here. This isn't happening anymore in my sport." The same thing would happen in the WNBA. If a superstar player who's a male decided one day, I'm a female, I'm going to play in the WNBA, and just maul the WNBA, I'm sure somebody in the league office would put a stop to it real quick.
He's saying that should be fine. What's our end goal? Are we just looking to create co-ed sports? There was a reason why women's fought for decades to have their own space to compete fairly. Female athletes like Megan Rapinoe, who were fighting publicly, very vocal about, we want, equal exposure as the men, we want equal pay. Well, now suddenly she's turning around after she retires from playing for the national team and says, yeah, I totally believe that males should be able to play with women. I mean, it's just, I don't understand. There's a big source of hypocrisy here. Her motive is unclear, because I don't know how you can feel so passionate about one argument and then within a short amount of time turn around and take a very contrarian stance. I have no idea. I don't know if she's been approached by certain people to say, hey, please start promoting, this ideology. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's tough to say because only she can answer that question.
Now, my opinion is, Charly, keep doing what you're doing and keep speaking out and keep fighting for women and women's sports. I, for one, think it's nuts that these, we'll say starting at the high school level on up, whether it's track and field, cycling, swimming, UFC fighting, have allowed men to make a mockery of women's sports by saying, oh, yeah, I'm female now. This is my gender. So keep doing what you're doing, Charly. If you would, comment down below. Share your opinion. Do you agree with Charly when it comes to men competing in women's sports? Do you disagree with her? Do you disagree with me? It's okay. It's okay to have a different opinion and disagree. If you would, please smash that like button. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed yet. If you like the content that I'm putting out, and it's a myriad of content. Lately, it's been a lot about Disney. Subscribe to the channel. And please share, hit the notification bell to get notified when my videos are uploaded on a daily basis here to YouTube. You can also catch me over on Rumble and on Odyssey. And with that, I thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you later.